You wake up on a crisp spring morning, crawl out of bed, and wander into the kitchen to make some coffee. Then the doorbell rings. You open the door to a smiling young woman holding a cake. You don't know her name, but she steps inside, makes you another cup of coffee, and starts casually chatting about your grandchildren. An hour later, an older woman arrives. She introduces herself as a doctor, hands you a stack of paperwork, points to a scribbled signature, and asks about your living will. You have absolutely no idea who these people are or what the plan is. This is the lived reality of a patient in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease. We tend to equate human consciousness, the very essence of who we are, entirely with our memories. The common assumption is that as the memories fade, the person inside simply disappears. But if the narrative of the past and future is destroyed, does that conscious awareness actually vanish? To isolate what consciousness actually is, we have to look at extreme medical cases where specific memory systems were systematically subtracted from the brain. This photograph shows a surgical team from the 1950s, much like the one that operated on a young man known as HM. In 1953, he underwent a radical neurosurgery to cure his severe epilepsy. This diagram highlights the target of that procedure. Deep beneath the temporal lobe, the surgeon removed a seahorse-shaped structure called the hippocampus. By removing this node, HM's declarative memory crashed. He was completely stripped of his ability to record new facts or form personal stories. But researchers soon discovered a complication. Despite this profound cognitive deficit, HM could still learn new physical skills, like tracing a complex star shape while looking at his hand through a mirror. He retained his procedural memory, the brain's automatic pilot system that handles physical actions and learned movements. Even more surprisingly, he kept his personality. He maintained his distinct preferences and his sense of humor, easily joking with doctors he had zero memory of meeting, and enthusiastically filling out crossword puzzles. This first subtraction suggests that consciousness isn't tied exclusively to our ability to form new memories. Even when the narrative record is broken, a distinct, responding individual remains present in the room. In 1981, another patient known as KC suffered extensive brain damage in a motorcycle accident, resulting in a highly specific kind of amnesia. KC's semantic memory survived. This is the system that stores objective, impersonal facts about the world. For instance, he retained the knowledge that his brother had passed away. This animated timeline visualizes what broke. The connections to his episodic memory shattered. He had no memory of actually finding out his brother died. KC lost the capacity for mental time travel. He could not vividly replay his past, nor project himself into the future. These cases show that even when a brain is stripped of its personal history and its ability to anticipate tomorrow, the core conscious awareness of the present moment remains fully operational. This surface map of the brain emphasizes its modularity. Memory and consciousness have a living-apart-together relationship. They interact intimately, but they run on completely different hardware. A mind entirely stripped of memory becomes timeless. It lives exclusively on an island of the present. Returning to the Alzheimer's patient we met earlier over a cup of coffee, we can view their experience through this neurological framework. From the outside, we see the absence of memory as a tragedy, but for the patient, that suffering is fundamentally different. You don't miss a past or fear a future that you cannot remember or imagine. While their world lacks temporal depth, their awareness of the immediate environment, the taste of food, the warmth of a sunlit room, or the kindness of a visitor, remains a highly functional, fully conscious reality. Memory allows us to stitch our experiences into a story, giving our lives a sense of continuity. But as these medical cases demonstrate, that story is not a prerequisite for existence. Human consciousness is rooted firmly in the raw, unadulterated present.